In March of 2020, Tom Brady signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it only took him 11 months to turn a 7-9 team into a Super Bowl team. Life comes at you fast when you're a Saints fan, but you know what's faster? This podcast. Okay, so our first guest, I can't imagine that I even need to introduce him. You guys know him from ESPN. You know him from his Fantasy Focus podcast. You know him from Avengers Endgame. You know him because he has his amazing bundle on rotopass.com. I just bought mine last week, actually. If you go to rotopass.com, you can get 10% off by using promo code COOTER. COOTER. Make sure it does not autocorrect to Cooper Cup. This is real, I swear. All right, so let's welcome in Matthew Berry.
Cooter doodle.
Matthew Berry, what made you fall in love with football?
Washington, right? I grew up in Virginia as a young kid. I lived there until I was 12 years old. And so when I was growing up, it was the Joe Gibbs era, right? John Riggins and Joe Theismann, Art Monk, Darrell Green. Like, those are the teams that I fell in love with. They were obviously great. They won a bunch of Super Bowls. So that's what made me fall in love with football, Washington.
I mean, there's guys that I can remember that used to play in the NFL, like Todd Gurley, and it just feels like so long ago. But speaking of the NFL, the draft just happened. Who do you think won?
I'll say the Jets. You know, everyone bags on them, and look, still a long way to go, a lot of holes, but Joe Douglas has them heading in the right direction. I loved everything they did.
Now, who's somebody that deserves more recognition than they're getting right now and could help you win some leagues next year?
I'll say you. You deserve more recognition, and you'll help people win their leagues. Cooter doodle.
So I don't do well with compliments, which is why this is a great time to remind you. If you go to rotopass.com and type in code word COOTER, you can get 10% off. Children and kids, it's a type of turtle. It's a turtle. Everything that happens in the NFL has implications for fantasy. So after the draft completing for the NFL, how does that affect fantasy? Who do you think won the most fantasy-wise?
Considering I have Myles Gaskin and Mike Davis on my two most important dynasty leagues, I'll say I did. I won the draft from a fantasy perspective, assuming Kerryon Johnson doesn't sign with either team.
We are Curb Your Enthusiasm fans in this household, but I know you like Seinfeld, so just humor me for a minute. If it was December 23rd, let's say we have your Festivus poll, we have the spaghetti and the red sauce, air your grievances.
That's easy. My grievance is that I keep finding myself on podcasts that no one's ever heard of, hosted by people with weird nicknames.
Hey, Mom. Yes. No, I'm not making this up. Yes, Matthew Berry. Yes, the guy from Avengers Endgame. I know, it's crazy. No, I didn't pay him to be on the podcast.